When women are struggling to even know if they're fertile or struggling to conceive for a short or long period of time, the typical medical establishment will only help create less empowerment, less confidence, and less hope in women. Now, this could be because it helps them funnel women and couples through their system, which has high levels of income for them, especially in this country. We have very expensive fertility testing and procedures, extraordinarily expensive. And I actually read one study years ago that claimed that in the UK and the United States, the costs of fertility treatments are well beyond what their actual cost is. In other words, the profit margin was very, very high. So there are other countries, and we can talk about that at some time too, where fertility procedures are just as good and expert and much, much cheaper. But in any case, we want to talk about, first of all, having your fertility empowerment. I want to say you are fertile until proven otherwise, and it takes a lot more proof than just a few months of not using contraception and not succeeding in conceiving. There are things to learn about your fertility physiology and anatomy that are very particular to you. And once they are learned, typically takes a few months of studying your own body and cycles. Once they are learned, they can be enhanced. And there is an empowerment, there's a psychological empowerment to know that you can get to know your body and relate to your own direct experience of your body and tune this up and enhance your fertility and make things work better, create the reality of your fertility. Now, this is something that very typically the medical establishment and the doctor's model, once you enter that, will not be encouraging. They will be telling you what you lack. Let's take the example of polycystic ovarian syndrome. If it is that your ovaries are producing too many follicles and not releasing an egg at all or in the right time, this is something to have information about, and then we tune it up with diet, with herbs, with lifestyle change, which is huge for us in our modern societies. Our lifestyles don't often support fertility, but we could do minor to major lifestyle changes and find that the rhythm of our hormones that are naturally set to take us through a cycle of releasing an egg and shedding the lining if there's no conception or keeping the lining if there is, these natural cycles are already set up and established. So if for some reason your body is going a little bit off, there's a lot to learn, to investigate, and to empower in yourself to do with diet, with herbs, with vitamin supplements, and lifestyle changes. So once we approach from that angle, that you have what you can do directly with yourself, this intimacy with your body will re-empower in all kinds of other ways your own fertility. When we go the route of professionals, medical or otherwise, who actually just keep telling us what's wrong and how less our chances are of conceiving, they're pulling us away from the center of our being that really knows that we are fertile. This is part of our nature to be fertile, and this is part of our desire to procreate. And I want to say, don't let anyone or any model take that away from you. You are fertile until proven otherwise, and that is going to take a lot of proof. So let's start from the idea that you are fertile and that you might be needing some support or some enhancement to actualize that in the most obvious and most full way.